It's a great one, no doubt about that. We didn't bat as well as we would have liked early on day one. Having said that, Steve Smith was still in at 8 for 120, and we know how good he is. And two, we knew that day 5 was going to be harder to bat than day 1, so if we could drag it deep enough, we thought we were still in the game. Having said that, we probably felt behind the game for probably 3 days, so I thought the way we stuck at it and kept grinding was a real credit to our boys. And then the last 2 days we played superb cricket. He could get plenty as long as he wants to go for, I reckon. He doesn't seem to have too many niggles or injuries over his career, and the ball's coming out as well as was ever. He's a bit the same as Smithy. I feel like every test match or every series they seem to get better, which is astonishing at their age. But I think if you come and watch both of them train, you see why they keep improving and keep getting better, and they're a great example for the rest of our group. You've got to keep a lid on it. There's still 4 tests to go, and we aren't here to win the first test at Edgbaston. We're here to win the Ashes, and we've been really clear on that for some time. So we're obviously happy to win the first test. It's a huge step in the right direction, but we're certainly not satisfied with that, and I think tonight will be quite a different feel to most test wins that we've had. We are over here to do something that a lot of teams from Australia have struggled to do, and we realise if we can do it, that will be spoken about for a hell of a long time, and that's what's driving us. To come in England in these conditions is difficult for us, as it is for England to go to Australia, and there's a big 5 weeks ahead of us. Yeah, it certainly helps. As I said before the game, both of those guys in particular have played a lot more cricket in England than I have, and played in a lot more big tournaments, big series and big tests than I have. So, and the same goes for all of our teams. So, they're not only helping me with the way they lead our group, but they're also helping, the things that Marnus Labuschagne and Mitch Marsh and Travis Head are learning from Steve Smith and David Warner in our change room is stuff that cannot be taught. We're all tapping into them, whether we're the captain or we're the coach or we're the batting coach or bowling coach. They've got things that they've learnt through experience that other people don't have and don't know. And like I said before, we'd be foolish not to tap into that. So they've still got a huge presence in our dressing room. There's no denying that. No, not really. I mean, you try to deflect as much as you can heading into a game of this, I suppose, magnitude, and we were fully aware of how the crowd is here at Edgbaston, and I think it was a little bit of a bluff, but we know that when we come to England, that the crowds are going to be difficult. They're going to be at us. They're at us the moment we get off the bus out the front. We've, as I said, we've spoken about that. We've got a plan for that, and I thought the way our whole team handled this whole week was excellent, and I thought it was fantastic to come here today and allow us supporters with the Australians, which was awesome. We spoke about it, before the test. But, one of the reasons we picked so many bowlers was because we knew this Ashes series was going to be wearing on our bowlers, particularly guys who have come out of a World Cup. We now have a decent break between tests, and we've got 2 absolute world-class bowlers sitting on the sidelines raring to go. So I imagine they'll have a bowl this week in a tour game and be putting their hand up for selection. And once we get to Lords and see the wicket again, we'll pick what we think is the best combination to take the 20 wickets. But the workloads and stuff is something we certainly brought into the thinking when we were trying to pick this squad. And as I said before the test, we think we got a lot of different options for all different conditions, and a lot of bases covered. Oh, not really. I think those guys played because they deserve to play. Matty Wade's been the form batter in Australian cricket for the last 12 months at least. And again, Peter Siddle was someone that we see in these conditions is a real handful. And I think even today on the day 5 wicket, he took no wickets, but the pressure he built, he asks questions all the time. And with the Duke's ball in English conditions, he's a real handful. He bowls a beautiful length over here, and so I wouldn't say they were punts. I think they were just good, educated decisions from our selectors. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, no doubt when Jimmy Anderson's one of the, if not the best bowler in the world, particularly over here in England. So it made it difficult for their team. It put a lot of workload into Ben Stokes as well, their all-rounder, and guys had to bowl more overs, and they've probably been used to having to bowl with Jimmy in the side. But yeah, I think certainly you'd be lying if you said psychologically it didn't make a difference to our team, and obviously physically to theirs as well it did. So again, it's a big win for us, but they lost their premier bowler, so we've got to be realistic about it. And that's why it's one test win, and there's 4 more huge games for us to go. I think we bowled really well to them. I'm not sure if they're out of nick. It's only we've played them in one test match, and John in particular was, from memory, pretty good in the World Cup. So we know how good a player he is and how damaging he can be. He scored a number of Test hundreds. So to have someone like that at 7 and Moen the same, Nathan's bowling beautifully to him at the moment and seems to have a bit of a hold on him. But we've seen Moen Ali play some very good innings and be really dangerous in Test cricket. So we won't be taking those two lightly, that's for sure.